is Rafi Rank, and I'm a rabbi. No, not that kind of a rabbi. I'm more a plain-clothes rabbi. Actually, I'm a conservative rabbi. Now I know everyone thinks we're dying. We're not dead yet. Actually, some of the most creative thinking emanates from conservative circles, and I don't see that changing in the near future. So much of that creativity is a function of tension, a tension that catches us between a deep respect for tradition, but a devotion to truth and the way we go about pursuing truth. For example, let's think about God. So many people will have this mental image of an old man, long beard, sitting in some heavenly throne, perhaps sitting in judgment over his earthly creatures. Some may think of God as an imposing king, or perhaps as a loving father. All of these images were put into our heads by hundreds of religious poets who sought to make an inaccessible and intangible God as real and present as possible. So the tradition. But search as we may for the judge, the father, or the king of the universe, we will not find him. And his justice and fatherliness so often eludes us in this cruel and unfair universe. So the truth. But tradition and truth need not be at loggerheads. The Torah cautioned us against getting stuck on such sacred imagery when it prohibited us from making any likeness of what is in the heavens, the earth, or in the waters. But without mental images, how are we to think of God? Maybe the trick here is to ask not what is God, but rather when is God? Let's say you have to make a big decision, I don't know, getting married, leaving a job, undergoing surgery. It's almost always the case that there lay before you multiple paths, and one of those paths is the one you ought to take, and a few that you ought not to. There is a path that will prove your integrity as a human being, your courage in the face of daunting challenges. And then there are the other paths. They require less effort, less cash, less tumult. What to do? Life was meant to be lived boldly. When you make the choice that enhances your life, when you act creatively, responsibly, and courageously, that's a God happening. The God happening requires no appeal to a cosmic judge, father, or king, but senses God's presence in the blessing and solace of a path well chosen. Our lives consist of millions of decisions each day. You can make the right one or the wrong one. When you are drawn to make that very best decision, it may just be the lure of God moving you to be the very best you can possibly be. The tense space between tradition and truth is a space of enormous creative potential. When we find tradition cracking, it may only be an opening to a deeper understanding. Make sure you take the path through the opening. When you do, it will certainly be a God happening.